The war between the United States, Israel and Iran is now entering a dangerous new phase, with the conflict spreading across West Asia and casualties mounting rapidly. A week after Washington and Tel Aviv launched their attacks on Iran, the scale of the military campaign is expanding both on land and at sea. In Iran, a new wave of intense bombing struck the capital Tehran early on Saturday. According to reports, over 1,300 people have now been killed in the U.S.-Israeli strikes. The U.S. military's Central Command says it has already targeted more than 3,000 sites across Iran since February 28th, including military facilities and naval assets. Washington claims 43 Iranian warships have been destroyed so far, but the war is no longer confined to Iran. President Trump put out on Truth Social, and I quote, "Iran, which is being beat to hell, has apologized and surrendered to its West Asian neighbors and promised that it will not shoot at them anymore." This promise was only made because of the relentless U.S. and Israeli attack. They were looking to take over and rule West Asia. It is the first time that Iran has ever lost in thousands of years to surrounding Middle Eastern countries. I've said, "Thank you, Mr. President Trump." I've said, "You're welcome." Iran is no longer the bully of West Asia. The war is now spilling across the entire Gulf region. Qatar, Kuwait and the UAE have all reported incoming Iranian missiles and drones. Qatar says its air defense systems intercepted 9 out of 10 drones fired towards its territory. Saudi Arabia has also reported intercepting drones near its capital Riyadh. In fact, the disruption is already being felt. Kuwait has begun cutting production at some oil fields after storage facilities filled up amid exports uncertainty. Meanwhile, Iran is warning that the conflict could expand even further. Tehran says the Strait of Hormuz remains open, but has warned that any U.S. or Israeli ships passing through could become targets. Iran has also warned European countries that they could become legitimate targets if they join the war. At the same time, geopolitics is shifting fast. Russia has expressed support for Iran, with President Vladimir Putin speaking to Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian and offering condolences for the deaths, including that of the supreme leader. U.S. officials also claim Moscow is providing Tehran with intelligence on American military positions. In Israel, Iranian missile and drone attacks continue to trigger air raid sirens in Tel Aviv, northern Israel, and the Negev desert. In Lebanon, Hezbollah has fired rockets into northern Israel, while Israeli airstrikes have hit towns in southern and eastern Lebanon. Lebanon's health ministry says Israeli strikes on eastern towns killed 41 people. While 217 people have been killed all over Lebanon since the attacks began, the fighting is also causing a growing humanitarian crisis, with residents fleeing areas including Tyre and Beirut's southern suburbs. Hezbollah tells residents of northern Israeli city Kiryat Shimona to evacuate immediately and head south. Israel Defense Minister has warned Israel has no territorial claims against Lebanon, but will act against threats originating from that country. Schools in Beirut are now being used as emergency shelters, and the security threats are spreading even further. In Iraqi Kurdistan, a drone attack struck a hotel in Erbil after warnings that Iran-aligned groups could target locations used by foreigners. Dr. Hamid Reza Gholamzadeh is the Secretary General of the Asian Mayors Forum and political analyst, is now joining us live from Tehran. Gholamzadeh, thank you very much for your time and welcome to the broadcast. According to President Trump, he says that Iranian military forces, specifically its Navy and Air Force, have been destroyed following the U.S.-led military strikes in Iran. What, in your view, is holding Iran back?
So let's first see how truthful and trustworthy President Trump is. Earlier this week, he said that Iran has 34 or something like that of fleets and vessels in its navy. And now he claims to have destroyed more than 40 of them. So 43 out of 34. And at the beginning of the war, he said that they have destroyed 85% of the missile launchers of Iran. Then he decreased it into 77%, and then 44 or 40 some percent of the launchers have been destroyed. So apparently, he's stepping back and back and back from every position that he takes. So we cannot rely and trust whatever he says. The point is that Iran has still remained strong and will remain strong because it has a very considerable stockpile of missiles in different types and drones. So that the strategy, sorry, the strategy that Iran has taken for the past week is to damage and destroy the American assets, the defensive capabilities that they have. And after that, the next phase would be using missiles in order to destroy the assets and the bases, especially in for the Israeli regime, and also everywhere that is used in the neighboring countries, like the Arab countries in the Persian Gulf, by the Americans or the Israelis, and to target them. So everyone who is helping this attack needs to be targeted from the Iranians. And Iran is trying to, first of all, distance the Arab countries from the Americans and do not allow them to use these lands against Iran. And then it would be targeting the Israelis. The same way that the Hezbollah from Lebanon is targeting them. So the equation here in the region is, we can say, complicated and multidimensional. It's not just about Iran and the United States or Iran and the Israeli regime. It's about the whole resistance front and the whole oppressors, like the Zionist Epstein, actually Kabbalah. So if the attacks against Hezbollah continues, the resistance groups in Iraq have said that they would target American assets in Iraq. And Iran is supporting Hezbollah in Lebanon, in southern Lebanon. And actually, Hezbollah is carrying out the attacks in support of Iran. So all of them are somehow connected to one another, and all of them is against the Epstein Files group in the Zionist regime of Israel and the American regime. So it's going to get more complicated, despite whatever the Americans are claiming. The war has yet to begin, and it has been actually, the Iranian side has been just paving the ground for further attacks, and the main attacks are about to come in the future.
Mr. Gholamzadeh, let's shift focus and talk about something else that is also worrying. The funeral of the late Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has been postponed twice. Why is there a delay in his funeral? What is Iran planning?
The farewell needs some logistics for the massive ceremony because it is estimated that millions of people would go to Tehran. Tehran already has 10 million residents, and usually during the day, up to 15 million people come to Tehran. I mean, in total, are in Tehran during the daytime, usually. And for such a farewell, many people would come from other cities to Tehran as well. So it means that we'd be expecting 20 millions of people in Tehran. So logistics, everything, giving services to them is a huge challenge and needs a lot of preparation. And of course, security of them is a consideration as well, because we are facing an enemy which is targeting every places. It's targeting mosques, it's targeting schools, it's targeting houses, it's targeting sports areas, it's targeting everywhere. As the Secretary of War of the United States has said, there is no regulations in this war, and they are attacking everywhere. The same way that they killed hundreds of students in school on the first day, the same way that killed dozens of Navy forces in a ship which was coming back from a drill from India, and it was actually far away from the war zone, and they killed them. So they are killing everyone. They are attacking residential buildings. They are attacking houses. So with that consideration, Iran needs to take actually security into concern and to be actually protecting its people, of course. So it needs a little time.
Dr. Gholamzadeh, lastly and very quickly, why is the council taking time to name a new successor to Ali Khamenei? Because the name Mojtaba has been doing the rounds for at least a week now.
I would say that it seems security, again, is one concern, both for the pick of the assembly and, of course, for the members of the assembly. So appointing the next leader is a big issue, and it needs a lot of discussion. It's actually a religious expert discussion which needs to take place. And so because of that, it seems that they need still more time to make the decision. There are some news, unofficial and unverified news, that they have reached the concession, they have reached the vote about the son of Ayatollah Khamenei and Mr. Mustafa Khamenei, as you mentioned. But we cannot make sure, and we need to wait and wait for the official announcement of that. I think it would be announced very soon.
All right. I've been talking to Dr. Hamid Reza Gholamzadeh. He's the Secretary General of the Asian Mayors Forum and political analyst. Doctor, thank you very much for your time and for talking to us today.
Thank you very much.